everybody. Welcome to Paynesville Live. It's Janell Bullard, Superintendent for Paynesville Area Schools. My debut with Paynesville Live. All right. Joining me today is Steve Guzzi, and then we've got David Oehrlein and Mary Holmberg coming in a little bit, but just we'll get to that in a second. So I just want to take a minute to introduce myself. If you haven't learned who I am up to this point, just real briefly. I've been on the job for almost 2 months. Been in the community, loving meeting people, loving getting to know the teachers. I've seen some kids. It's awesome. So I'm super excited to be here, and I can't wait to meet some of you that I haven't met yet, and we're just ready to dig in for this year. So a couple of things I want to just kind of logistically talk through, and as I'm going through, if you do have questions, you can pop those in the chat and I'll answer them best I can. I think there's going to be a little bit of opportunity a little later as well, but just want you to know I'll do the best I can to kind of monitor if there's questions that come in. Couple of things I want you to watch for in the mail. One is the calendar. That was always kind of a highlight for me when the calendar came through, because I knew that that meant like right around the corner it was school time. So watch for the calendar. It'll be in your mailboxes soon. In that calendar, there is a center fold that's like it's a piece of paper that's for you to fill out. And I would just want to take a second to highlight why that's really an important form for us to get back in the school district. So I'm not going to get too far into the weeds on school district funding because I can kind of geek out that way, but I won't go there yet. But one of the things that happens is when you guys fill out that free and reduced form, we, the school district, that's a form of generating some funding for us. And I know that school lunches are free this year as they were last year, but it's still really important that that form gets completed. And so I wanted to just take a second to say, hey, take a look at that calendar, pull out the form, fill it out, and turn it in, regardless of the lunch status this year, because it really is an important funding tool for our school district, and that's really an important matter. Part of why that is important is leading into the next piece that I wanted to just highlight for you is that coming up in November, we are going to be holding an operating levy. And so at the next Facebook Live that we have, we are going to be talking a little bit more about funding and about operating levy and what that means in operating referendum. And we'll have just a little bit of discussion and dialogue around like the logistics of that November 2nd vote. So more coming up on that, but that's part of why filling out those forms is also really important, because that helps our school funding in the future. The other thing I wanted to just talk through just really briefly is one of our, well, actually, I'm going to just let you, if you don't mind, I'm going to turn it over and let you introduce yourself, and then tell them who you are and what you've been doing for us.
Sounds good. Okay, great. My name is Steve Guzzi, and I moved to the district in 1993. So I've been around the school. I had 2 daughters that came through the district, and know my way around a fair amount. But in the same manner, I've been busy the last month here, learning new names and people and all the buildings in more detail, and getting to know them and seeing what I can do to help bring my expertise to the plate to keep the district going in the right direction. So yes, with that, the maintenance staff has been working tremendously hard all summer with the heat. They've got quite a bit of sweat equity into the buildings this year with it. And right now, I'm talking to them today that they're all pretty much ready for students to come back to the district, and we're all ready for them as well here.
I gotta tell you, one of my favorite things is watching the kids walk in, and they're just so full of energy, and you can totally feel the buildings are like on the ready. So that's awesome. Thanks, guys, for all that hard work.
You bet. So yeah, and some of the bigger projects that we did this year, the parking lot in the secondary is all brand new. It looks just beautiful right now. So that's a nice addition that they did. The cafeterias in both the elementary and the high school have been painted. Sweet. And it's pretty eye-opening to go in there, and it's a nice enhancement to those areas. Also at the elementary elementary school, we added a couple new entrances there that very much needed it from previous years that they were in pretty rough shape, but have 2 new entrances there at the elementary school.
Sweet. So I think one of the things that's so cool is again, having the kids walk up and they'll be like, this looks a little bit different, and it totally does. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
So
Again, I just wanted to say with my job here, I took over for Donnie Meyer that retired, and just wanted to say thank you to Donnie for all of his years of service and what he did to this district. So hats off to you, Donnie, and thank you for all your service. So
yeah,
yes.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah. One of the things that I want to kind of lastly in my little segment here, just take an opportunity to say thank you to all of you who were able to come to the open house, and within the PACC and then the career and tech ed wing that was added was just it was a beautiful display of community support, and so thank you for that. We were just really taken aback by the amount of people that came through, and just it was fun again to see, like, watch people's faces. I like to people watch,
most
but
everybody left with a smile on their face.
Yes,
so,
they did. Yep, they did. And so that was awesome. Thanks for being there. And then most importantly, though, if you weren't able to be there, Matt Dickhausen put together a video that we're going to share with you in just a minute that walks you through that tour. So after that, we're going to have David and Mary come on in and give us the updates for the rest of this Paynesville Live. And so with that, we'll turn it over to Matt and let him highlight our new spaces.
Hey, welcome back, Bulldogs. That was a great tour and a fantastic night, don't you think, Mr. Oehrlein?
It was awesome. It was awesome. A lot of great community support, and it was just a really a neat way to show off our facility.
Yeah, and now we're excited to bring all of the students back to school. So at the elementary school, we have our open house on Wednesday, September 1st from 5 to 7, and then again on Tuesday, September 7th from 7:45 to 3:45. If you haven't received a link to register on My Conference Time, go ahead and check the Bulldog Bark Family Edition, and then you can also call Megan Matt in the front office, and she'll be able to help you get registered, and her extension is 1011. That means that our first day of school is Wednesday, September 8th. So normal school hours begin for the elementary school only on Wednesday, September 8th. When you bring your kiddos to school, if you're dropping off or picking them up, we're going to follow the same protocol that we did last year. So please use Washburn Avenue and travel from north to south. The main entrances on Mill Street will be blocked off by our school patrol. And then if you have any questions about transportation, please give Michael or Brenda or Dom a call over at Paynesville Motor and Transfer, and they'll be happy to help you out. Their number is 243-4455. And finally, our elementary teachers and some of our middle school free teachers are back tomorrow, and the next day we are hosting a literacy boot camp here at Paynesville Area High School in the auditorium. So we've got Dr. Kim Gibbons coming in from the Carey Institute, and our staff are going to get a refresher on literacy at the foundational level and how we can help our kids be better readers. So it's in a really exciting time for us here at Paynesville Schools. We're so looking forward to having all of our kids back. How about you, David? What's going on up here?
It's really been a great summer, a lot of changes in the building, and we have new staff, new students, and just some really exciting things. So we're looking forward to it. The open house at the high school for the secondary building is going to be on September 1st also, and that's from 5 to 7. And so we'll have 6th graders and 9th graders can come in and pick up their new Chromebooks, and just a lot of other things in the cafeteria that will be available. If you have questions about transportation, activity passes, emergency care forms, athletics, yearbooks, there'll just be a lot of different things that can be taken care of that night, and we're excited to have everybody back. Most of those things will be in the cafeteria. 6th grade will have some things in the middle school side of the building, and so we did send a letter home asking 6th grade families to park in the south parking lot and come in door number 8, and then we'll also have the parking lots available around the PACC for people to use. So we're excited.
We are excited. Do you have any questions for us?
Okay, well,
Fantastic. Thanks for joining us tonight.
we'll see you next week.